I originally wrote my current songs with a digital audio workstation in my computer. A handful of my songs, they're simple enough to be played with a live band. So I'm learning the 5-string bass parts to them. Instead of taking a breath, I am gifted it. Within the session view of Ableton Live, I'm finding it really helpful to visually see the song structure. There's a site online called Anthem Score, which I used initially to make sheet music of the bass part of this song. So I upload the stem of the bass part into Anthem Score for it to transcribe. It had some trouble transcribing this, maybe the way I produced it a year ago. Was a bit muddy. It came out as a lot of jarbledy goobity, so that didn't work. The next efficient way I could think of transcribing my recording was to make a MIDI track. So essentially I just went along the bass track of the whole song and I found the notes one by one by ear and played them on the digital piano to take note of it. And side note, there is an easier way to do this when your track is actually written in MIDI to begin with. However, mine are audio tracks because I had written the bass parts of this song by sourcing recorded samples of bass and then altering them significantly to make my own bass lines with them. And I did this because I think at the time my production skill level wasn't good enough to make a digital bass MIDI actually sound organic and good. So I would essentially find recordings and take the notes out and then move them around and create a genuinely new arrangement with it, and then sometimes alter the pitch of them. Anywho, so with the notes written out in Ableton, I then by ear found them on the bass. I've gone in and found all of the notes, and then I was able to write tablature from that, which really helps me as a newbie of the bass at this time. Tab is essentially a very helpful way to visually see what fret and what string you're plucking on the bass. It's written linearly, similar to sheet music, however it doesn't show you the timing or the rhythm, and just a little help with where my finger's going, you know what I'm saying? What's also awesome about using Ableton Session View to learn my music on bass is the loop function. So by pressing this little button here, and then I can highlight which part of the song I want to play repeatedly. The first band member I'm going to hire will be a drummer. And thankfully with voice and bass, by the way, this baby here. Whoa! Thankfully with voice and bass, I should have a full enough sound to start. However, until I find this drummer, I'm going to use my APC40 to play the drum part while I do live recordings of it. And this is the APC40. So essentially I can play and sing my bass part and then press the drum part that I already have made in Ableton. When I do hire a drummer, if I have a video of this, I can send that to them and give them an idea of what I'm playing and what they're to play when we perform live, so that's cool. The original recording of this song was one of the first songs I wrote for this set in Ableton. The quality of it is very amateur. I'm so stoked to actually honor it with a proper recording and to learn it on the bass and to get to sing it again. So now my work is just to do this essentially for every song that I have. Yeah, I was just traveling. My body still sort of thinks I'm 9 hours ahead right now. I went to Europe. I was in Spain and Italy and France. I got another ear infection while I was in Spain. I went on antibiotics again for the second time for my second ear infection in 1 month. Holy moly. But traveling with my bass was pretty good. I also got this little... Don't knock stuff over, Trisha. I got this amp online. It's only $50 US, I think. And it's less than 3 pounds. So I put it in my checked luggage. Obviously it doesn't have the depth of bass on the beat that a good speaker system would, but it did the trick for traveling. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked, pretty happy with it. See ya in 2 weeks after I've memorized the song. Thanks for hanging out with me.